Peace, y'all. Peace. What's going on? Young brother asked me yesterday. Young brother asked me, why do I have this star on my neck? You know, my 6-pointed star. Why do I have that on my neck? And then he told me, he told me what this thing was. It was called a Malik or something like that. You know, he was giving me a name, and then he showed me a picture. Him and his brothers. He showed me a picture of this thing. You understand? And I said, I never saw that in nature. I said, can you Google something and show me that in nature? And then he starts saying what it represents, and then I said, so man created that, is right? And he was like, well, yeah, because I never saw an animal like that stand on his hind legs. So what is that? Do that thing move? Is it alive? Do you know you ever saw it move? And he said, what are you talking about? I said, have you ever saw it move? Have you ever saw this beast or this thing that you're talking about, that you're saying that's what I'm representing or worshiping? You know what I'm saying? He used the word worship. You know, and I was looking at him. I said, who's teaching you? You see, who's teaching you? You know, it's in the scriptures. It's in the scriptures. And I said, okay. I said, okay, brother. You know, it's in your scriptures. Okay. I said, do you remember how they, in your scriptures, do you remember how the people felt when your Christ was up on that podium looking down at you all? You see, and there was a criminal next to him. You see, there was a criminal right next to him. And all the people, you see, said, crucify him, but let this criminal go. Crucify him and let the criminal go. I guess because the criminal is like them. See, the criminal had the game, had the street hustle, had all these things in the world, you know what I'm saying? He'd been to the penitentiary, he got stripes, you know, he went through this, he went through that, you know what I'm saying? So, and your Christ was just there. You see, just talking good things, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Go according to your book. You know what I'm saying? According to your book. He was probably talking contrary to people like you. That's what I was telling you. I said he was probably talking contrary to people like you because he knew what he was born with and he knew what he was given. You understand what I'm saying? He knew what he was given, you see. But the brother, you know, he started going in all these pages and things in the book, and I said, stop right there before you even say anything. Just, I need to know, because you pointed at my star. Can I tell you how I got this star on me? And he was like, he said, yeah, I want to know. I already know what you're going to say. I already know what books you're going to bring out. And I said, brother, listen, a lot of us are born with shit. You know, have you ever seen a child that's 3 years old and they just know how to play Bach on the piano? Do you know that? And do you know that? I say, okay, there are people that's born a certain way. You understand? And you didn't do it, and the world didn't do it, and the books didn't do it. It's just inside of their DNA, you see? And, you know, they act these things out in their life, you see? But I told the brother, I said, when I was young, around about 9 years old, so that had to be in 76. And I was 9 years old in 76, and we had a real big snowstorm. And I had my little Eskimo jacket on, coat on, you know, and we was outside playing, making angels in the snow and all these other type things, you see. And here comes this snowflake. It just came on down with the other ones, but this one was a big one, probably the size of $50. You see, and it landed right on my arm as I was doing my hands like this. You know, it landed right on my arm, and it has 6 little points on it. You see, and it had like a little curvy, you know, little design circle that was in the center of it. You see, and it had a line going from B to A to B. That's where it was a cross inside of a circle. You know, and then it had some designs around it, you know what I'm saying, like some little ruffles, you know what I'm saying, around it in the center. I mean, I'm looking at it, you know, and it's still in my head today. I mean, I'm still right there, you see. Was that your beast that sent me that? It's like the star that you said was that beast star. So what I'm asking you is, was that your beast that sent me that from nature, from those clouds, you see, or from the Ruach? You see, what is it? What is it? What are you trying to say? Where are you getting this information from? You see, everything around you in nature is full of geometry. You see, it's full of geometry. Do you remember how we all used to build things thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago? Do you remember those things? Who taught a lot of people how to build these things? You see? Who taught them? Where did this information come from? It was lost. Where did this information come from? And who gathered it back up? It wasn't the Jews. It wasn't the Christians. You know, the Moors grabbed this shit back. You see? The Moors grabbed it. You know, they went out into nature and studied this shit and read your literature. You didn't know that? They read the same literature, you see, that some of these devils read. You see, but you're living inside of all this shit. You see? So what I was trying to share to the brother is, don't judge a person or people just because someone taught you something. You see? If you can't find it in a book, go out in nature, because you need to be correct. Because you got to understand something. You know, the synagogue of Satan is not just these Jewish people. You see? The synagogue of Satan is out here, right in your own community, and they look like you. You understand? So, when you condemning your brothers for something that you have no idea of, you see? As a matter of fact, if you take 2 pelvises, you see, and put them on top of each other or put them together, you know what I'm saying, vice versa, you know what I'm saying, up and down, but you put them together, you're going to see those 6 points. You see, you can't, no matter what you do, or whom is evil out this thing, whom you all said is evil, you know, no matter what you do, you can't escape nature. Because nature was before all of your bullshit. You understand? All of your bullshit. Nature was before all of your bullshit out here. You understand? So, before you start judging people, make sure you're 110% concrete with nature. Because it's not just people that have funny skin or funny hair. You see, that's, you know, that this being out here hates. You see? Since that being, or since these little things out here, these Jewish people, since they're out here, you see, doing what they're doing, and you all call them the synagogue of Satan, you see. But before that whole body be touched, you're going to be touched first. Did you know that? You're going to be touched first. You see? You know why you're going to be touched first? Because the atom is going to come through you. It's going to come inside of your communities. It looks like you. It's going to act like you. It's going to talk like you, walk like you. You understand? And you raised it. Your grandparents, our grandparents raised this being that's here today. You see? That you have no clue exists. You see? You still waiting on the sky to crack. And it already been cracked. They already cracked the sky. You understand? So what do you think is going to come down when the sky cracked? You see? One day, before August, I hope you understand and learn what geometry is, and learn how the architect built all these things around here. Because you're going to get caught up in something, you see, in all the studies that you're thinking you're doing out here. You see, it's going to be all for nothing. You see, all because you didn't take a chance to look at a fucking leaf or to look at a twig. You see, how you going to protect nature and you don't even talk about nature? How you going to protect this planet and you don't even talk about it? You don't say anything about nature. You hate your mother, don't you? Just like all these other people, you hate your mother, don't you? Yeah. And that's your downfall. You hate your mother.